Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mrs. Smith 88. So today I have my March 2023 home fragrance Empties for you guys. So this is candles and wax melts. I believe I already counted and I used up 19 candles this month. Pretty proud. It was a long month, so I was able to get through quite a few candles, and some of them were even really big jars. I did buy 5 candles this month. That created a deficit of 14 for the month, and then for the year so far I had 6, so 6 plus 14 means I am at a total deficit of 20 candles. We are slowly dwindling down the candle collection, getting it to a more manageable size. So let me jump in and get started and show you guys what I use. This is going to be a long video because there's a lot here. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one I have here is from Aldi Huntington Home. This is hot buttered rum. This was a little single wick and it burnt like crap. But the good thing is it was a potent thrower. I actually had this in my living room, which is one of the biggest rooms in my house. My daughter kept coming downstairs. She's like, what smells like pancakes? And it was this. So hot buttered rum smelled really good, like pancakes. I actually think I even have another one in my basket. From Bath & Body Works, Blueberry Pie. This smells like a traditional blueberry pie fragrance. You get that emaciated blueberry fragrance, so that buttery crust in there, and it is surprising how much buttery crust you get in here. Really love this one. I happened to pick this one up at the outlet on sale for $6, then had coupons. I think I paid like $4.80. So I did get a bunch of these. You guys will be seeing more of them down the road. Another Aldi Huntington Home. This was from their like farm stand collection last year. This is Strawberry Fields, and this one, ton old, as you guys can see. So 2 of them burnt all the way down, 1 stopped midway through. Tunnel City. If I was cooking in my kitchen, because this is where I had that candle, I did have it on the stove, and it would you'll see another one. It ended up spreading out. It did great. It pulled in, that kind of stuff. But unfortunately for this size candle, 3 wicks just isn't enough. This really needs to be a 4-wick candle. Next we have here Tuscany Candle. This is limited edition raspberry marzipan. And I will say I had a love-hate relationship with this one. It is a beautiful raspberry smell, but I just happen to hit pockets of fragrances where I would smell it sometimes and then I wouldn't smell it. There's a couple candles in here that I'm going to tell you the same thing. So like I said, very nice, sweet, fresh blue raspberry fragrance. I was going to say blueberry, but unfortunately the strength just wasn't there for this one. Now, one that was very strong that I absolutely loved so much was Guanabana Daiquiri. And this is from Homeworks by Slacken & Company. This is a 4-wick, and oh, this scent is hard to describe. I feel like I get almost like a mix between a margarita and a like banana daiquiri. Really, really pretty smelling. I'm glad I have more of these. I did pull the wicks out of this because you guys are going to see another candle soon that I actually cracked the outside of the jar. So I actually popped that jar in here since this was bigger, and I was able to burn that candle. That way I didn't waste it. So over here in my basket, we have here Peach Bellini from Bath & Body Works. This was a single wick. Everybody knows and loves Peach Bellini. Scent description on this one is succulent white peach, sparkling prosecco, and sweet orange. We have here a wax melt from Scentsy, and this is Pastelitos. And this one smelled really coconutty, like coconut and pineapple juice. If you like those tropical scents, Pastelitos would definitely be up your alley. Then from Yankee Candle, we have here Granny Smith Apple. And this just smelled like a crisp Granny Smith apple. Unfortunately, the throw on this one was pretty much obsolete. I really could not smell this one. It was an outlet buy, did have the retail label on it, but just not a good thrower for me. Next we have here, this was one that I picked up from TJ Maxx, Martha Stewart. It was my first time ever having a Martha Stewart candle. Tropical fruit. I did get this for $9.99. I know some people have been finding them lately and they're up to $12.99. Like I said, 10 bucks and under is the sweet spot for my candles. Cold sniff, this smelled absolutely beautiful. It definitely smelled like passion fruit, almost like a fruit punchy smell. Almost kind of like a Victoria's Secret Pure Seduction dupe. But once I lit this, it was hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss on this one. Once again, I would hit those pockets of fragrances and then I wouldn't. I actually burned this one in my bedroom, which is a smaller room, and I still wasn't picking up Magnificent Throw on this one. Then from Yankee Candle, Sunset Fields. This is actually like a relatively masculine cologne scent. I really enjoy the fragrance on this one. The throw was about medium. If I came across this one, I would probably pick it up again. In the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, I did burn Over the Rainbow from Huntington Home. And this one definitely was a repackage of something. I can't put my finger on it, but it is a repackage of an Aldi fragrance. Don't really remember what this one smelled like. It wasn't all that memorable. So here is another Aldi Huntington Home. This is one of the Mercury glass candles. Is that glass just not so mesmerizing and beautiful? Part of me wants to keep it and reuse it, but part of me also knows I don't need more clutter in the house. Fragrance on this one, it was dark currant and amber, and I had high expectations for this. The dark currants smelled absolutely beautiful. This was probably a medium thrower, not the worst one that I burnt this month, but I wish that this would have been a powerhouse. Here is another wax melt from Scentsy. This is Hey Tiger Lily, and oh my goodness. I was in love with this one. This was a scent that I was literally melting in the warmer that's behind me. And this is right at the bottom of my steps. I don't know if you could see, like over here, that's where my steps come down. And you could smell this up in my entry. I live in a split level, so you go up 4 steps, there's the entry. And then you go up another 8 steps to go upstairs. And I could smell this all the way upstairs. It drove me wild being able to smell something that predominant in my house, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I love strong fragrances. And would I say this is a lily fragrance? A little bit. I feel like it is lily mixed with oranges. So I feel like you get a citrusy undertone. Now, mind you, this is my personal interpretation of fragrances. I know some people hate that I do personal interpretation. They'll be like, well, that wasn't even in the notes. Well, guess what? That's what my nose is smelling. So another Aldi Huntington Home candle. I was trying to use up anything that didn't have a lid on it. I have a couple more candles in my collection that don't. This one is Iced Eucalyptus and Birch. This smelled very heavy of pine. Not too keen on pine fragrances. Burned relatively nice. Once again, gorgeous Mercury glass container. But I would not repurchase this fragrance as it's just not suitable to my taste. Then we have here from Kringle Candle, also Country Candle. This one's labeled Kringle Candle. And this one was Flower from their Zen collection. I picked up a bunch of these kind of candles on clearance. This was a very powdery fragrance. I'm not a fan of powdery fragrances, but yet it was clean. It almost had that like bath bomb undertone of a smell to it. I mean, if I found it for like $5-6 again, possibly I would repurchase, but it's not anything that I would also write home about. Then we have here White Almond from Huntington Home. Absolutely hate this fragrance, but yet I buy it every time it comes out in a collection to talk with you guys about. This reminds me of, why is the name eluding me? And I tell you guys all the time, liquid gold furniture polish. So growing up, my mom used liquid gold furniture polish on like everything. The whole house would smell like that. And that's what this would remind me of. You would think, oh, I would have fond memories of it. But no, I hated smelling it as a kid. Hate smelling it as an adult. Will not buy liquid gold. Do not like White Almond fragrances. So here's another one of those farm stand candles from Aldi's. This one did burn evenly. I had this one in my kitchen, and whenever I cooked, it would end up pulling out because of how hot the stove would get. I guess I probably didn't cook a lot on my stove when I was burning the Strawberry Fields one. This one is orange and zucchini flower, and this is the prettiest citrus scent. It has almost like a tart, like Tic Tac like undertone to it. Definitely, if this one made a comeback, I would absolutely repurchase it. Good summertime fragrance. So a couple more wax melts here. We have Scentsy You're the One, and this one was beautiful. I melted this one up in my room. It was a very fresh, clean, floral fragrance, a little bit of an aquatic undertone to it. I love fragrances like that. This is from Homemade Fusion, Blueberry Glazed Donuts. Disappointed in this one. So this one had a little bit of a lemony, cleaner undertone to it with the blueberries, and when it melted, that lemon cleaner, like lemon pledge smell, came out very predominant, and I was not crazy about it at all. I would not repurchase this one. Here's the candle that was cracked, and this is Island Margarita. So when we were doing remodeling in our house, getting like new flooring and that in, my brother, who was my contractor through some of this, had pulled candles out of my cupboard and set them on the floor, and they got kicked over, and this one got broken, but I didn't want to throw it away. So I ended up putting it in that Guanabana candle, and it worked really well. So Island Margarita definitely smells like its namesake. It smells like a true lime margarita. My husband loves fragrances like this. This was a bathroom burn for us, and we definitely enjoyed this. I don't buy this too often because it kind of tailors more to his like of fragrances versus mine. And when it comes down to it, my husband could care less about candles. I have here a linen spray that I used up as well. I have more candles. Don't worry, I will be getting to those. This is from a local shop. They do DIY body care and like home stuff. And I went and I made a linen spray as well as a body spray with my daughter on her birthday. And this was in Magical Magnolias. This literally smells exactly like Scentsy Sparkling Magnolias. This was absolutely beautiful. I use this every single day on my bed. I would make my bed and spray it down. Currently, I've been using gingham on my bed sheets. Candle here from Yankee Candle. This is Wild Orchid. I love the packaging on this. I think it is so pretty, especially for springtime. I love getting these when they go on sale for $10. These are nice big 3-wicks. They pull out well. I do find I have to trim the wicks a lot on these. I have to kind of follow the 4-hour rule, blow them out, trim them. As you can see, one of those days I did not get around to trimming them, and this ended up being so sooty. To me, this almost smells like grape soda, and I know I might get backlash for it, but it reminds me of grape soda or grape candy, along those lines. I like Wild Orchid. And like I said, I love when I can get these candles for about $10. 2 more melts followed by 2 more candles. We have here Pear and Spun Sugar from Better Homes and Gardens. This was a little powerhouse. So this reminded me of Aquilina Pink Sugar mixed with a touch of pear. Really like that. The pear was almost like a caramelized pear mixed with pink sugar fragrance. We have here a Candles by Victoria Melt and Dewberry. This was another one that was super strong. I could smell it all the way upstairs. And this reminded me a lot of like a cherry berry fragrance. Definitely enjoyed that. I would put that on my list as potentially candle purchase worthy, or at least some more melts in that one. Then I have here a Wallflower bulb. I actually remembered what one this was, and this one was, I told you guys I remembered what it was. It was Eucalyptus Rain. Eucalyptus Rain. I knew it was rain something, but it was Eucalyptus Rain. Absolutely love that. That was in my bathroom, in my bedroom. Right now in there I have, champagne toast. So if you're wondering next month and I can't remember in my basket, it's champagne toast. Here is another Aldi candle. This is Desert Rose. Absolutely hated this. If you love true to life rose fragrances, this would have been up your alley. This is a very straightforward rose fragrance. I like more of a sweeter, perfumey rose, not a greenery, straightforward rose. So this is definitely a pass for me. It did burn nice. And then last but not least is another Aldi candle, and it is a St. Patrick's one. And this is Luck o' the Irish, or Luck of the Irish. And this one smelled very grassy, very green, smelled a lot like Zest bar soap. Wasn't against this one. This ended up being burnt in my living room. So that is my candle empties for the month of March 2023. We are at a deficit of 20 candles and counting. Hopefully next month is equally as successful. Thank you for watching, and bye everyone.